So welcome to this webinar on urban apps experiences from Tampere, Pamplona and Trento. So these are the three lighthouse cities in the Stardust project. So I'm Mark Thompson from Icons, and I'm sort of covering communication and dissemination issues for the project. And so it's a project that started in 2017 and is due to finish in March of next year. So lots of things are happening at the moment, and please check the website and social media, because this webinar is part of a series that covers the key topics of Stardust, which is mobility, ICT, smart buildings and districts, and energy. And I think for this particular webinar today, we're going to cover, that we touch on mobility, we touch on ICT, more than touch, and also smart districts, I suppose. We cover that to some extent as well. I'd like to welcome our three panelists today. Okay, one from each of the lighthouse cities. So first to speak will be Alex Tomasi, and you are a project manager at the Innovation and Digital Transition Department at the Municipality of Trento. And so you will be talking to us today about La Mia Trento app. And then you will be followed by, Jose Xavier Astrain, hopefully I pronounced that okay, and you work, thank you, and you work at the Public University of Navarra in northern Spain, and you're an associate professor, sorry, in computing languages and systems, and as such you're part of the Institute for Smart Cities, which is part of the university, but you also have a foot in the Navarra Health Research Institute as well. I think that's correct. And finally, we welcome Annie Joella, who is in Tampere, and you work as a project manager for the city of Tampere, and you have been responsible for the development of the city app there, and you'll be presenting that a little bit later on after our two other panelists have given their presentations. Okay, so thank you for being here, and thanks for sharing your insights here. So basically the format is you're going to present one after the other. We'll start with Alex from Trento. And if you've got questions, I'm talking to the audience now, if you've got questions, you can go to the chat, and either I will sort of recap the questions at the end of the presentation, or if I feel that the question might be better asked or answered straight away, I'll jump in and interrupt the presentation. Okay, so feel free to use the chat and ask any questions. Then we'll finish, once we've done all the presentations, we've got time for a question and answer session, or it could be a sort of a broader discussion as well. So I think there are about 40 of us here, so it should be quite interesting. So don't hesitate to ask any questions. I will be quiet now, and I'll leave the floor to you, Alex. I'll just make you presenter. There, you should be presenter now.
Yeah, you will see my screen, I think.
Yes.
You see it? Okay.
Yes.
Let me a second to close the panel. Otherwise I don't see anything. Okay. So thank you very much and good morning. I'm Alex Tomasi from the Municipality of Trento, and yeah, I will present the modularity of our app, La Mia Trento, and yeah, mostly I work in the Stardust project since 5 years, and then also I'm working on data and data collection of the municipality. So let's see a bit of this app, La Mia Trento. La Mia Trento has been developed by the Bruno Kessler Foundation inside the Stardust project. The app is available for iOS and Android, and we updated it at the beginning of November. And it's multilingual, so it speaks Italian, English, and also German. Related to downloads and data regarding the downloading, we have more or less, as you can see, 2,700 downloads for the iOS, and then more than 1,500 on Android. And the app has been released for the first time in the beginning of 2020. The paradigm of the Mia Trento app is that is an app that can be tailored and customized for different users. This because we have inside two different profiles available, that is for citizens and tourists. And depending on the profile, La Mia Trento will load the predetermined modules. Also on the top, as you see on the right side of the screen, there is we can say a swap menu with the top news of we want to communicate to the population that can be, we can say, chosen and customized by the municipality of Trento. So we can decide which are the contents of the menu upper. Moreover, the app is customizable in terms that after the first open, where you can choose if you are a citizen or tourist, you can add or remove modules autonomously by selecting them from the menu depending on their specific needs. So where on the top down of the screen, top right down of the screen, you see the settings, and you can choose which are the modules that you are interested on and which are can be removed. The idea behind the is that for Trento, we had a lot of specific apps that have been developed before. So.
Alexei, you're cracking up. We've got a sound problem. If it continues, perhaps you would like to turn off your camera webcam. That might help. Okay, I think we've lost Alex for a second there. Just wait a couple of seconds. He might be sort of logging out and then logging back on. We'll just wait for a few seconds. Okay, I think we've lost him.
But... go ahead with the next panelist.
Yes, I think we go over to you, Joseja. Ilaria, just a quick question. I've got two overlapping menus and they won't demerge, and so I don't have the change presenter button available. Can you do that?
Yes.
Yeah, thanks.
Can you hear me now, Mark?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, I got connection forced down randomly.
Okay, let's continue then with Alex.
I switch off the camera just for saving maybe the connection.
Yeah, thank you.
So coming back from the presentation, yeah, we created this kind of new app by merging the oldest one. So we have a lot of different apps that has been, we can say, merged plus new services in the new app that is La Mia Trento. So for example, we have the cleaning app that is merged inside the new one. So it's just an example. So the pros is that we have having only one app. We can say we have a memory savings on the phone since it's only one app. We stop the continuous update of different apps, so it is one. So it's more easy to also to manage also from the programmer side, because instead of having n apps, we have only one to manage and to update it. One app means a common user experience. That is something that is very crucial for the users. So if you have probably different apps, you have different user experience. This means that the user had to learn 5 different, we can say, way to access to different information. Having one app means only one user experience. Moreover, it's open to ideas. So because each module of the app is independent, so the addition of a new module would be more easier. Instead of recompile all the app, it's more easier. And in the future, it could be allowed to develop of customized mobile modules by users, since we are working with FBK to produce a guide for developing new modules customized by the user. The only one of the main cons is that if the app is not working, nothing works, we can say. So it's the cons of having only one app instead of 1, 3, 4, 5, whatever. What you can find on the app, you will see different modules, that is info and videos, updated news from the municipality, events, upcoming events in Trento, the transport for the timetable of public buses, the street cleaning, that is also on the right side of the screen, updated calendar with the seasonal street cleaning in order to not to be your car removed from the streets. Funerals, that is the timetable of the funeral city of Trento, and yeah, it's quite strange and also hilarious at the same time. It seems that that is the best, most used module of the app and also of the website. Is because here in Italy you have the tradition of when there is the bell sound in your own town, and see that is the sound of the bell that is saying that is deaf someone, all have to go to the square and see who is died. This is more easier for us than we offer a service of going online without wear the jacket during the winter. Then we have the pharmacies, the list of pharmacies and their opening time. Also, we have the lost and found items. So it's a module that shows which are the items lost and found from people in Trento, and also the model for restaurants and hotels. Sooner, we are working for publishing a module for parking occupancy, loading and unloading parking slot monitored, that is from the Stardust project. Also disabled person parking slot monitored, that is also in the thanks to the sensor installed in the Stardust project, and also the availability of scooters, public scooters. As you see here, and then when we leave the presentation, you have the link to the App Store and the Android Store for the app. And thank you. And if you have any question, I'm here, or just write on the chat. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Alex. Yeah, don't hesitate to use the chat for any questions, or I don't know whether there's a raising hand option on this available, but feel free to ask some questions. I've got maybe a couple of questions that I can put to you, Alex. Have other cities in Italy developed similar apps? What is the situation sort of nationwide? Or are you sort of a pioneer in this?
We can say that the idea of modularity is something that, yeah, we can be not the pioneer, but it's on a way of working. Other cities, yeah, big cities like Milan, Florence, Rome, have different apps, also because they are very big in terms of population and services offered. For example, they have maybe the module for also Bologna, for also having the module for knowing where are the offices of the municipality. Since it's spread in a very huge space instead of us that we are more, we can say, not so much larger.
Now, what is the sort of population size of Trento then, roughly? Do you know?
Roughly, it's 100,000 inhabitants, more than 100,000.
Okay, so it's a sort of a mid-sized city.
Yeah, in Italy we consider this as a mid-sized city.
Yeah. You mentioned, I
and
think,
also consider that Trento is developed also not it's in a valley but also on the mountain. So we go from 200 meters to 2,000 meters. That is the upper place of Trento,
the
is
highest
on
point.
the top of the mountain. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I remember I've been through there once or twice, but a long time ago. You mentioned perhaps a weakness of the app. In other words, if it collects all these modules and then if there's a problem, a bug with the app, then nothing is available. That could be a weakness. What are there any other particular weaknesses, or indeed are there any particular strengths that it has compared to maybe other apps in bigger cities? Do you?
No, I think from the cons part, maybe sometimes it's difficult to develop a module instead, because it's not just we can say the normal apps that they go and connect to the data. Here you have to develop the module, and then from the module you connect to the data. So you have 2 steps instead of 1. But at least we can say we can develop one module and then another one and then another one and another one, instead of we can say redo the compilation of the entire app.
Okay. Yeah. And what about a third-party use? Can the city app be reused by third parties? And is there any sort of degree or type of technical dependence to operate this? Or are you quite autonomous in that?
No, we as municipality, we work a lot with FPK, and then now we are working on, we can say, knowledge transfer also, because we have to also know from municipality Trento side how to implement modules, since we are working with FPK, and then at the end of the project we can say we have to be more autonomous, we can say, in some way.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Alex. I don't know whether there's any questions. I don't know whether the other panelists have anything to say or to ask following that presentation. Okay, if there are no other questions, then I suggest we go on to you, Joseja. I've found my button here, so I'm just making you a presenter. Okay, you should be able to share your screen now. Yeah.
I don't know if you are. Yeah. So good morning. My name is José Javier Astrain. I'm from the University of Navarra in Spain. I work with data, as Alex has said previously, and I want to present why the combination of the city platform and the city app are or is a very good idea. So my presentation is a bit different, but I think it could be interesting. So let's go. Just for a brief presentation, for making sure that all of us have the same conception or the same concept of city platform, I want to present 4 lines of mobility, smart energy, smart cities, and smart environment. So the software of the platform may be the integration of all of them, and as Alex has said previously, many other services or areas that modularly can be added or increased after this project to ensure the continuity of the project. So one of the conducting or the traveling in concept is the participation of the citizens. So the platform may allow all of these services and also the participation. So the main idea is to merge these kind of services. So we want to work with data to transfer to information and then to provide knowledge. This is the transition that makes really important the conception of the platform and then of the city app. It's not just presenting or projecting or analyzing data, but in trying to interact with the citizen in order to see what this citizen wants to do and anticipate the needs of the citizens to realities. So to provide good information to these citizens. So we must to improve the storage, the display, and the analysis of information, and we do it using ontologies and reasoning. These ones are the technologies that make possible to interact from data to knowledge. So the application provides these functionalities. We have seen that data modeling is very important. So we have chosen smart data models provided by the Fireware project using 3 different interchange formats, GEM, XML, and JSON, that allow us to interact with the app and also with the platform in a easy way. In this sense, we have to work with many activities with data. So I have proposed some of them, but the key work is the process, the ETL process, extracting, transforming, and loading the information in order to provide good information knowledge to the city app. The applications used are SQL and non-SQL relational databases or not relational databases, and also Google Maps for presentation of the travels, and CCAN and Grafana to provide the information. So these are the key technologies. This platform and then the city app includes information concerning many services as the sharing-based services, the moving with the electrical post, the smart lighting, the interurban transport, also the control to the restricted area access in the downtown, and also the photovoltaic reuse of energy in the roofs of the municipal buildings. The architecture is the one that we have in the screen. Is always based on open source and well-known software like the project Apache with NIFI, with CCAN, and a lot of functionalities that always are available for public use. And then we have selected the models or the verticals where you want to work. In this case, the city platform obtains the information from different sources like third party, as the meteorological stations or the pollen level. We have municipal data concerning mobility or energy, and we put it in the same place with the aid of the city platform, and then we provide information to the city app and then to the citizens. In this sense, the app that we can see in the left corner allows to monitorize data concerning meteorological information, temperature, and so on, but also the level of energy waste in the lighthouse, or the number of parking areas that they are free or occupied. We use, in this sense, wireless sensor networks, providing connection with LoRaWAN protocols, and then the information is obtained by the city app using web services. You can see all of them in the pictures. Here you can see some of the sensors and the monitoring network. In this case is the campus of the university, and in the left one is one of the parks of the city where the lighthouse is installed. As I have said previously, the platform obtains data from the bike parkings that are public access, from the mobility services where we can share bikes, and also to the restricted area access control. The technologies that we have used are mainly the smart data modes that I have told before, the JSON for the interchange of information, and CCAN for the repository of data that can be used by both the citizen and the city app. In this sense, the data is always available for third-party applications or for third-party enterprises or entrepreneurs. So the city app is a way to encourage these activities. And we use Swabber to provide API programming interfaces to the applications. So here you can see a data flow example using Apache Kafka, NiFi, and then to visualization tools, in this case for the mobility, for the electrical buses. The objective of the city app was to be an example and a reference to third-party designs and developments. So we have designed the application modular, dynamically customizable, and of course scalable. The example of the information is the one you have in the 5 pictures. I will explain now. They are available on the app and the Google Store, so is in the 2 formats. As I have seen, tell the injection of information is using third party. In this case, the georeferential system of the municipality of Pamplona, GeoPamplona, and of course the meteorological service of the Navarre government. And then we provide the interface that you can see, and we provide information using two graphical utilities, mainly Google Maps, to evaluate the travel routes or the travel plans, and leaflet, a library that allow us to publish and represent information geographically addressed to the app. Here you have some of the examples. We have developed a content manager system that allow us to dynamically configure the categories or the information that we provide to the user. So the city app is a web-based app, and then the contents can change as we need. So we have developed this application, this content manager, with the aid of the tourism area of the municipality of Pamplona, that have detected some special issues or some special contents that have been implemented. So we have information concerning, of course, San Fermines, the main important data of Pamplona in July, and of course of the energy providing and consuming of the municipal buildings, but also the energy saving in moving, in mobility, and plans for kids and so on. So there are many categories, and we have the possibility or the ability to present this information using interaction panels, dashboard panels, that we have provided with the of Grafana's tool. So the user, the citizen, can customize the information that he want to see or to observe with the periods and the intensity that he want to see. We can observe mobility, energy, and many other times. So as conclusion, we have observed that combining city platform and city app is a very good idea because it enables agile interaction between citizens and the city, and because the modularity allows us to integrate very quickly new services. So as conclusion, city platform and city app is the perfect combination.
Okay, thank you very much, Joseja. Yeah, if you've got any questions, you can put them into the chat. Yeah, I've got a sort of a question. It's quite a lot of, I saw the slide with the various data collection points. It could be, you know, some sort of a device in the road or something showing the parking or whatever. So it's quite a complicated system. What have been the biggest challenges for you in Pamplona with setting up the platform and integrating this information?
Yeah, the lack of precision of the concept of city platform. We have spent too many time to have the same conception or the same interpretation of the concept of city platform. Because for us at the university, the city platform is the main source of all the information. But for the municipality, the city platform was a new tool that must to be implemented at the beginning of the project, and they have different conceptions of the same element. So this was the first issue. The second issue for me is that the information is placed in different parts or different areas of the city. So it's difficult to address all the information when we must to speak or we meet different persons at the same place. So this was the second issue. And the last one for me is the frequent change on the design teams or the people involved in the project due to many changes, mobility in the professional mobilities in the municipality. We have changed the responsibilities very frequently. So this was mainly the issue. These three issues are the most important.
Okay, and I was just wondering whether you could just say a few words about citizen engagement. You mentioned citizens, and obviously they're sort of beneficiaries. You've also got municipal staff who are beneficiaries. There may be other groups of people who are beneficiaries. Perhaps a word on that, and how did you engage with the citizens? Was there any sort of co-creation involved?
The citizen can implement their own travel plans. So when traveling from work to home, they can detect, I don't know, if something is wrong in the city. So they can take a picture and inform the city what to may be repaired or announced or similar. If we have, I don't know, a traffic jam or I don't know, a route event, the city can notify this information just in time for the citizen, and they move and they change their movement. So we can detect these modifications of the plans, and we can perform different activities or introduce different routes or elements in the traffic. So we can define different profiles and different utilities for the mobility and also for the cultural activities. when, I don't know, when the football team of the city plays, all the traffic changes and the mobility is announced previously to the users. So we have many services that can adapt to the needs of the people each time it is required. I don't know if I have answered your question.
Yeah, but well, partly because my ideas in the actual design of the app, were there citizens actively involved in that, and how did you sort of promote the app, and how successful has it been taken up by citizens as well? That's a sort of follow-on question.
The app has not been published or publicized by the municipality. We have some users that we have used to monitor or to ensure the correct development of the app, but the number of users now is very reduced, is in terms of thousands.
Okay, and I've heard as sort of over my work on the project that the e-bike system was very successful. There was a sort of a huge take up of that, which is very positive.
Yeah, the people very likes very much the shared baking, because it's a very good way to travel from one point to another without taking the car, and this is the most used services of the municipality just now.
Okay, and just what is the population of Pamplona and the sort of area?
Up to 200,000.
200,000, so maybe twice as big as Trento, like that. Yeah. Okay. 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 The chat is remaining very quiet this morning. So I don't know whether the panelists, you've got any questions, Annie or Alex, if you've got any questions for Joseja. If not, we can continue with you, Annie. I'll just make you a presenter. Okay, you should be a presenter now.
Yeah, okay, I hope I'm able to share my screen now. I'm on a multi-screen drive, so I'm wondering which one will pop up. None, apparently. You can't see my presentation.
No, I think I can see your screen, but not the presentation.
All right, I can quickly try to move the presentation.
I can see something at the bottom right of the screen that looks suspiciously like a PowerPoint.
All right, this one, email.
That's it.
And then
Without.
What just happened? Hold on. Doesn't seem to want to show. Okay. It won't start in the presentation mode. Oh, actually, I do have it on my other screen, which influences this one. All right. And sum up. Okay, maybe we'll go with this. If you can see.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine.
Somehow. Now. So I'm Anniela from the city of Tampere, and I'm here to tell you about our Tampere.Finland city application. which we developed with collaboration with the Stardust project. This app is meant to, okay, now it's actually happening. I can see you guys, but it's frustrating. So what can you see now? I'm asking.
Yeah, we can see your second slide.
Yeah, okay, that's good. So the purpose of this app is to provide an easy, accessible, playful, and interesting way to provide information about our services for our residents, our visitors, and businesses alike. This app contributes to building a better, safer, and more engaging city environment for the individual, and thus improving the city experience and also our city image. And it also helps to overall to create a smarter, socially, economically, ecologically, and culturally sustainable city with data science. Again, having problems with, yes. The app is a result of an innovation partnership procurement process, which was done in collaboration with our various strategic development program projects, one of which was the Stardust. It has around 186,000 unique downloads since its launch to public in February 19, after a pilot phase of around 6 months. This amount is quite good, considering that the city of Tampere has around 250,000 inhabitants, and there are around 350,000 people living in the Tampere region. So it's a quite good percentage. Roughly 85% of the users use it as a resident, and the rest remaining 15% is divided between the visitor and business user profiles. We do have around 30,000 active daily users, and I'll go later on to the services it contains in a bit more detail, but the most popular are the mobility, transportation, public transportation services on the app. This is a data-enabled service. It utilizes open data provided also by the city and other organizations, open APIs. It provides also data for our own knowledge-based management. For instance, people flows in different areas and the modes of travel. The app is available for both Android and iOS in Finnish and in English. It provides support for various other languages, but so far our contents in other languages are limited. So we decided to stick with Finnish and English. The content, as in Lamia Trento, is customizable by user profiles, which include the resident, visitor, and business user. And also within each profile, the front page and the order of the services shown can be arranged according to personal preferences. And other related solutions to this app include a web-based administration tool for monitoring analytics and content management. For instance, we can create polls and questionnaires there on that platform. and a geospatial data platform on which we provide information about specific locations and their services. The app is developed continuously based on user needs. That are the end users' needs are our first and foremost driver behind this app. And the content is produced in collaboration with different units within the city organization itself. Our visit organization, Visit Tampere, and Promoting Tampere Association, which promotes businesses and the liveliness of the city centre. The main focus in the app is on contents that serve the widest possible audiences. At this point, we have not gone into incrementing or very small increments of end users. They do ask for very specific services, but I think their turn is later when we got the wider base all sorted out. And also on contents that are best supported by the mobile application format. We don't, for example, want to duplicate the city web pages, but offer services that help people on the go. The contents are built on this native app from original sources. These sources, for example, the APIs, partners APIs, open APIs. There are currently 39 different integrations within the app. And we develop it constantly towards smooth service paths and travel paths. We are trying to incorporate, for instance, our city bikes and e-scooters to our travel services. And new development ideas are collected directly from the end users. The citizens are very active, and also in various events or via different polls within the city organization and other partner organizations. So this is a wide-based collaboration. Here are a few examples of services we have on the app. The newest addition is the Tampere Pulse that utilizes our traffic data collected by traffic cameras to our city IoT platform that was just awarded a Enabling Technologies Award at the Barcelona Smart City Conference and Expo last week. The predictive algorithm is built by Rapis, the company that provides the IoT ticket platform for us. It provides a visualization of traffic flows in the city center and also a prediction of the traffic flows, how they are going to develop around, for instance, a specific event. It provides information for businesses' resource management needs, so they can predict how many visitors there are going to be around, for instance, a certain event around their area, so they can plan their opening hours or other resources better. And it also helps the event goers to plan their trip. Or even the citizens to plan their trip around the event. Other smart mobility services include public transport routes and timetables, wayfinding, cycling and walking routes, and also a mobility carbon footprint calculator. It promotes the use of sustainable modes of transport. We want to make alternatives to private cars easily available. It has a real-time bus and tram tracker. You can see if your transport is coming on time on your stop, and it provides route information for the first and last mile as well. So this is what we are developing constantly towards travel chain services. And our mobility carbon footprint calculator that was developed in the startup project contains a personal CO2 savings tracker that shows by how much the user's carbon footprint would be reduced by using public transport, cycling, or going on foot compared to driving a car. And it also monitors the user's daily activity level and the mode of transport relative to these recommendations. So it helps to make visible the impact our personal choices have on the environment and also our own personal health. And this also encourages people to choose sustainable modes of transport, as Tampere aims to be carbon neutral by 2030. This is very important for us. And it also provides, as the app otherwise does too, important statistical information to improve services. While the individual user remains anonymous, you can use this app totally anonymously, or you can register as a user, but we will not be able to track you down or your movements. It's just statistical anonymized information. Examples of other city services. We do have a library card, which is handy. You never use your library card again. It's always with you on the app. There's a recycling point finder that helps the user to find the nearest location to recycle different types of materials and how to get there. For instance, you have a metal can you need to get rid of, where's the nearest bin you can dispose that of in. And participation opportunities. We do disperse city bulletins, info about traffic disruptions, but we do also ask people's opinion via polls, a feedback channel. There's possibility to leave for reports for our infrastructure maintenance, and we do have invitations to various resident events where we hear people about our city development projects. And we have a push notification functionality that helps us to reach people quickly. For instance, if there's a traffic jam somewhere or other disruption. And we do have information on services, attractions, culture rounds, our event calendar built into the app, and other information for event goers. And also discounts. These are very popular on various services around the city centre. Our local businesses participate in this service. And to end with a quote from an end user, Tampere is an excellent city with a wide variety of choices, and the app has offered us many nice ideas for what to do, for example, on weekends. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Annie, for that. Again, if the audience have any questions, just put them in the chat. Yeah, so you've got 30,000 active users. What percentage did you say that was of the population?
It's just a bit more than 10%, the 30,000. We do have around 250,000 people living in the city of Tampere and 250 in the Tampere region.
Yeah, so your Tampere is a little bit bigger than Pamplona, and certainly much bigger than Trento, whatever. Yes. Yeah, and I've noticed that the sort of profiles, the different profiles you can have, it's user profiles, it's residents, visitors, and then business users. So business users are what, shopkeepers, that sort of thing?
the shopkeepers, restaurants, different service providers that want to gain information via the Tampere Post, for example, but also we are developing this business use contents. Well, we do have information about business-related events. Our business event calendar is there, but also towards finding funding possibilities, networking with other businesses, asking city business services for help on specific issues.
Okay, and this is a sort of a follow-up question, but it's really for Joseja and Alex. Do you have a profile for business users in the same way? I'm not sure. I heard something about that in your respective presentations.
From Trento side, no. It seems, yeah, it can be very useful to distinguish. Maybe also to create something that can be more adaptable to them.
Yeah. What about in Pamplona? You're muted.
The same as Alex has explained, the same case.
Okay, so that might be something to sort of develop in the future if there's a need for that. And another sort of lead-on question, but perhaps for all three of you in a way, what in developing these apps and the city platforms, how much sort of interaction have you had as lighthouse cities with one another? Throughout the Stardust project, has it been sort of a more of a sort of everybody working in their own sort of corner and then we share it, or has there been some sort of a common approach to establishing these apps? I don't know who wants to go first.
We had two.
Yes, yeah.
We had two different meetings with Tampere in order to know how they have implemented the app, and we have collected some ideas and developed it at Pamplona City App. So at least two meetings we have in order to implement a common or a similar approach. If I don't miss another one, maybe Annie can tell us.
Yes, I remember there being some meetings where we discussed these apps and sort of threw ideas around, but I think the basic development has gone in our individual corners and in our own direction. But I noticed a lot of similarities in these apps and the fundamental idea of data utilization and data collection to a common city platform and the basic city services and event calendars and such. There are common denominators for all of these apps.
Yeah, also I think that
morning indeed.
In terms
Did you want
of,
to say something, Alex?
Yeah, in terms of development, maybe also we have we can say different strategies because we can say, as you see, probably the user experience of the three different apps are completely different. We can say we as municipality decide not to focus on not too much on the graphics, more since because we are working on the modularity that is the core of the app, instead of the we can say also the presentation of the data, the presentation of the pages, but it's not a matter of we can say it's a different approach because we have, as municipality of Trento, we have to work on the user experience. Since already I saw the app of Tampere and also the app of Pamplona. So yeah, there are different approaches also because we use different data structures behind, so it's quite difficult to develop something that can be, we can say, adaptable also to the different cities. Mostly also, I think that another point would be also, maybe it's not we can say not so highlightable, but maybe there is also we can say a different approaching of Italians, we can say, instead of Spanish and Finnish people to access to the app, also the presentation, because maybe there are different, I don't know, we cannot call cultural, we can say, it's not the right adjective. We have a different way of interpret the same data in different ways.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, it might not be a sort of a cultural issue as such, but yeah, each local setup is different and has a different sort of a context to deal with in data handling and everything. Just going back to you, Annie, what was the biggest challenges that you had to face with setting up the app?
Well, I think there were two, or the one is still ongoing. The other one was to implement it in the city organization to disperse information that we do have this one app we are developing as the city app. There's no need for different service units to go on and develop their own apps, but let's just use this one. And then the other one that is a constant problem is our data sources, their availability, their usability. We do have plenty of great ideas, but then we run into these problems of how to get the data to the app. Our systems might be old and won't have any API abilities, or some people we want, or some organizations will want to hold on to their own data and not share it with us, and such issues.
Okay, thank you. Well, thank you to all three of you for your presentations. I don't know whether any of the audience have any sort of questions now that we've reached the end. Any talking point or anything you would like clarification on? Okay, very quiet today. So yeah, thanks to the panelists and thanks to the audience for this. Just a reminder that next week, I think it's at 11 o'clock, but check on the website, on the 21st of November. So we've got another webinar, which is on the role of shallow geothermal energy in future renewable district heating and cooling networks. And there will also be other webinars planned as well, so sort of keep posted on the website and social media. Thanks again, guys, and yeah, well, see you soon, either physically or virtually. Okay, thank you very much.